Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I yield myself as much time as I may consume.
Gentleman's recognized.
So, America, the results are in, and now we know it was all nonsense, just nonsense. The claim that this costs zero and reduces the national debt, nonsense. This bill, even counting the budget gimmicks, is several $100 billion short today, and the Independent Committee for a Responsible Federal Budget says over 10 years it's closer to $3 trillion national debt. It won't tax the middle class? Nonsense. The Joint Committee on Taxation and the Liberal Tax Policy Center both confirmed that up to 1/3 of middle-class Americans will see a tax increase starting next year. This will make the wealthy pay their fair share? More nonsense. 2 out of 3 millionaires in America will see a huge tax cut in this bill. And this will reduce inflation? Nonsense. Even the president's own favorite analyst, Moody's, admits Americans ought to brace for higher prices for the next decade because of this bill and the infrastructure in the COVID stimulus bill. But there is more than just nonsense in this bill. There are dangerous provisions dealing with the IRS. Mr. Speaker, at the appropriate time, I'll offer a motion to recommit the bill to the Budget Committee. I'll also ask unanimous consent to include the text of an amendment in the record I would have offered had the rules allowed me to offer instructions with my motion to recommit. My amendment is simple. It stops Democrats from unleashing 80,000 new IRS agents on American taxpayers. And more importantly, it blocks the House and the Senate from ever imposing a dangerous bank surveillance scheme targeting America's families, farmers, and small businesses. The truth is the IRS doesn't need your private information. It has a record of targeting Americans based on their political beliefs. In fact, this year, they discriminated again against a nonprofit focused on biblical teachings and continues to fail to stop massive leaks of private taxpayer returns to the media. Our Democrats' colleagues claim that bank surveillance is not in there yet. The Biden White House is still insisting, so join with us, accept this motion, and stop it right now, once and for all. I ask unanimous consent for the text of the amendment to be included in the record.
Without objection.
You know, Americans need to know what's in this bill. And under this $4 trillion Biden-Pelosi scheme, let's look at a day in your life. So you wake up in the morning and pay a heat your home tax. You shower and get ready and pay a consumer products tax. Drop your kids off at child care and pay a toddler tax. Drive to work paying higher gas prices. Take a break and pay a bigger nicotine tax. At work, your company pays a Made in America tax, a small business surtax, or a tax on your retirement plan. On the way home, you swing through your pharmacy and pay a no generics tax. Stop for groceries and pay the Biden inflation tax on everything you need. And then you get your mail on the way home and you get a letter from the IRS, you're being audited. And then you're getting the kids ready for bed and you realize Democrats are forcing you to send $12,500 of your taxes to the wealthy neighbor to subsidize their luxury Beamer electric vehicle. Plus, they're getting a massive salt tax windfall for the wealthy while you get nothing except 80,000 new IRS agents to make sure, quote, you pay your fair share. So, when your head finally hits the pillow, as you lie awake in bed too worried to sleep, in a community less safe, in housing more expensive, in a country that lurches from crisis to crisis, ask yourself this question. Under Joe Biden, is my life truly built back better? Americans already know the answer. Americans already know the answer. That's why this president's polling is at the bottom of the heap, and why Americans have lost any confidence in his competence to heal this economy. I reserve my time.
Gentleman reserves. Gentleman from Massachusetts is recognized.